Hello guys, this is day 2 of the making a webcomic for 100 days challenge. I think I'm changing the name every time I speak in this recorder. Well, I didn't say anything about what I'm making right now in this video because I'm recording this before I make something, before I do my webcomic. But in this piece, I'm working on my the fourth chapter, fourth episode of my webcomic Anurahi. Anurahi is an anagram. I don't know the word for that, or I guess a shortened word for Jose Rizal's piece Anumang Lahi. It's a shortened word or an inspiration where I took that word, that title for. Well, I cannot really say anything more about what Anurahi means because it's really important in the story and I want my readers to follow through the story and find it out for themselves. But that's the I don't know, that's the secret to how I got the name Anurahi. It came from a Filipino piece from a very famous Filipino hero, Dr. Rosarizal, Anumang Lahi. And I shortened it and made changes. And it's a really important um, word in the story. So it's going to be, you know, my readers should watch out for it. Anyways, for the second episode of the 100 day making of comic book challenge or comic challenge, I'd like to talk about where to get inspirations to create stories or to create anything in an artistic way. For example, in this case, web comics or comics. Where do you get inspirations? Well, for me, I got my inspirations from everything I absorb or consume in my daily life. In my whole 19 years of existence, I have consumed different types of art, different types of medium, different types of cultures, but I haven't been leaving my house in those 19 years. So, how can I say I have absorbed everything, right? Well, I have absorbed everything from media, media itself, the internet. We have those. We have those platforms to get our sources of inspiration from. But with others, I think they get their inspirations from their emotions because, humans are emotion driven people, emotion driven animals. So we we can't say for sure that what I say will be the same for you. If you are emotion driven and you are very emotional, that's fine. That's actually very nice because you get to have sympathy over your viewers or readers or your audience with your emotions. For me, I take inspiration from whatever I consume. For example, the shows that I watch, the movies I watch, the books I read, the comics I read, anything, even with the songs, artworks. With the songs that I hear, I don't have particular tastes with songs because I just listen to whatever. But if ever I hear something very beautiful made, whatever era it came out from, it will become an inspiration. It will become part of the reasons I make something. I also love looking forward to different things like events, parties, because that's where I hear real people talking. I hear real situations happening. That's where you get inspiration too. I attended this writing class um, last year. Oh no, yeah, last year. And the teacher told the viewers, the students, that you should get inspiration or you should get dialogue. Dialogue is important in a story. You should get inspiration for a dialogue from real people, because you cannot really write whatever authentically without taking inspiration from real people. You have to have something to take from. And that's what I want to tell you. You have to take something out of reality in your fantastical work, because it's never going to be original. Your work is never going to be original, whatever you do, however you want it to turn out. It will never be original. It will always have something, a piece of something from different types of things. It can also be a direct copy and paste of you never knew work. Like, for example, there's this work from 100 years ago, and you never knew about it, but it's a direct copy of it. Your work is a direct copy of it, because us people, we're just one, community. Us humans, we're just one community, whatever race we are, and there's nothing authentic with us. We're always driven by each other's influences, and that's where you get your influence from. You don't have to be scared of getting influence from people. You just have to learn how to not copy directly, word for word, from them. You have to learn how to take influence in your work by making it your own. But you don't have to take something from other people and say, oh, this is mine. You have to learn to embrace that influence, that work that you have a fascination over with, and make it your own. For example, I saw a pig walking to a cat, and they are bonding. That's such a wholesome thing, right? That's a wholesome thing. And how would I put that into my piece, especially in my story, which is a sci-fi sort of post-apocalyptic story? I can never do that with my story. The pig going up to the cat and bonding, because that's incredibly horrific and impossible. Well, I would, for example, that bonding, I would learn more about it. For example, the pig was naturally shy, and the cat was an extroverted animal. And the cat was trying to bond with the pig, and the pig wanted the cat to do that, and they instantly became friends. That's what I would do. I would personify this whole setup, per, personification, right? But that's not what I was saying. I mean, you get the idea. You personify this whole setup, this whole situation. For example, my character A, is a shy person. This person is so shy he wouldn't go near with anyone. But because the cat that I saw was an extroverted animal, I would put an extroverted person in the scene, in the situation in my story, and make them bond the same way as the cat and the pig and the cat and the pig bonded. That's how you take influence and make it your own. You're not directly copying, you're just taking influence and making it your own. That's how I would view not copywriting everything. I mean, we cannot really get away from plagiarism in this world. Plagiarism is already a given, especially in of an advancing and fast-paced world where you have to be original every time, and most people cannot keep up with that. For me, I was scared before of being unoriginal. I strive to be original all the time, but you don't have to be scared to get something from other people. It's always part of us. Whatever characteristics we have, especially as a person, we took those values from other people, especially when we were young. We took values from our parents. It's not always our own values. It's always from people around us. And it's the same with artwork. It's the same with your creative works. It's always the same. So, if ever you want influence, you have to take from reality and from other places. Just don't be scared. Let go. I mean, it's fine that you get scared of taking people's work. If you feel uncomfortable from getting influence from others, if they're still alive, you can ask them. You can ask them and email them or message them in whatever platform you can find and ask them if you can borrow some ideas from their works. That would be respectful and you can compromise with what you can get from the author or the maker of the work. I believe we can always compromise with things that we can get from people if we only ask. And if you cannot reach the person, at least credit them when if you can, especially if, for example, it's a new artwork, and people would recognize instantly if it is plagiarized from other works. If you want to copy their style and say you are just learning from them, you credit them and say, "Oh, I took inspiration from this work," and credit their names. At least that would suffice. I guess that's it for taking influences. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and wait for more episodes of this 100-day comic making challenge. I aspire to finish this.